Okay, we'll begin our special meeting by pledging allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And roll call. Kathy Jordan.
Here.
John Horn.
Here.
Art Christie.
Yeah.
Joanne Kell is called. She wasn't able to make it tonight. Alan Shiner.
Here.
Clifford Buffalo.
Here.
And myself is here. This is a special meeting that we felt as though we had to call in order to have time to review all the packets that we had for the engineering companies that responded to our RFPs. And we're thinking of maybe speaking a little bit about the attorneys tonight also. But we would like to try to make a decision and get moving forward with this. We had some references we were checking. We want to go over that?
Other than what I stated at our last meeting, I also tried to contact Shazen, Mr. Dickinson, who is the town of Lake George supervisor. I sent an email and I got no response. And I did not get a response to the other. The only one that I got from a response on was the gentleman from the DEP, and that was all positive on Shazen. DEP.
And what capacity is that?
He is the stormwater specialist for DEP, and he was cited as one of their references. I reported on it at our last meeting, said that he's had a good deal of contact with them. All of it has been positive. They've been very professional. He cited the Cortina Village as one of the most relative experiences that Jason had had because that particular project was complex. Other than that, just as I said last meeting, all was positive.
Any questions? Art, what references had you checked for? What was that, Lamont?
Okay, I had Lamont that I was responsible for, and I made many calls and got some information for us. Town of Oneonta, I spoke to a gentleman, Robert Wood. He's the supervisor. And I also spoke to his deputy secretary. Her name is Lois. And Robert called me back, and I asked, were they on time, were they on budget, and how did they work with planning boards? And he said that they were very professional, they were on budget. He's dealt with them for 10 to 12 years. They're very good on H2O sewer, and they're sewer specialists. So that was from the town of Oneonta. The village of Schoharie, I spoke to Dusty Putman, the planning board chairman, and she was very helpful. She told me that they were good on schedule, that they were at every meeting that had been asked for. They were very prepared. They were good with water and slope and soil. And she also gave me the number of an attorney that she said we might want to look into because he was very well, and they seemed to be matched there. The town of Meredith, I spoke to a supervisor. The supervisor that's in their resume is no longer with the town of Meredith. So I spoke to the new supervisor, a fellow named Jim. And I also spoke to his town clerk, and her name is Penelope King. And they gave me the name of the planning board chairperson, Sue Dapkins, and I spoke to her and left a message, and she returned my call, and she said that they were very thorough and complete. Town of Round Lake, I spoke to the mayor. Her name is Dixie Lee Sachs. She gave me the chairman's number, and I called them as well. And let's see, they were good with the planning board. They were on budget. They were on schedule, and they had an issue that they used Lamont for, and it was a zoning, a complex zoning issue. And they solved that, and they were very happy. And if we do decide to use Lamont, the names that they gave me were Mike Harrington, Jason Prust, and Nick Carter. And if we have any questions, the secretary for the supervisor, for the mayor, is Betty. Saratoga Water Service, I contacted them, and I spoke to Alec Mackey. He's the president. He said they were very good, and he has used them for the past 15 years. Good things were proactive, quick response, thorough, and very professional. The Village of Cobleskill, I spoke to Jamie Pataka, planning board chairman. They were good to work with. They were on schedule, they were on time, and they were very helpful and on budget. And they were complete, and they finished on time. Town of Cobleskill, there's a Village of Cobleskill and a Town of Cobleskill. I spoke to a gentleman named Andre. He's the chairman of the planning board. He said they were good, very good. They were on schedule. They stuck to the budget. They had very good interaction with the planning board, and he would rank them as the top professional in their standards. And I also went up to Cobleskill, and I just wanted to see what their office and building looked like. They were on the second building on the right going into Cobleskill. And the appearance of their office and building looked very professional. It was neat and clean, and it looked like they were a well-established engineering firm.
George? We went over mine last time, right?
Yeah, we did go over that, actually.
So, were you satisfied with that?
Yeah.
Review from last?
You need to go over it again just to refresh our memories if we're going to vote on it tonight.
I have it written here, do you have it done? I have some of the notes that
Okay.
you had, Tetra Tech, right? He said, he was reading, now I'm not certain who you spoke with, but you said good, not excellent. Environmental project, PA, Safaris, John Horn said Safari is displeased with them. And you mentioned that they were doing a good job with New York Rising.
The one that gave, is very good but not excellent.
It's a project in Pennsylvania.
That's Nebraska. The Harbor Links Golf Course in Nebraska.
I might add that when contacted a representative from Armenia, I contacted their town board, and they were going to refer my information to their planning board chair, but I never heard back from them on it.
So what we've been looking for is a large enough company that can handle this project. Looking for companies that had experience with golf courses, water runoff, sewage. Not that we're going to be reviewing a whole lot of environmental issues, because we are not the lead agency on that, the state DEC was. But we still have to review some to make sure that there isn't anything that was okay with as far as the state's concerned, but maybe not the town. But we should keep in mind that we're not doing a secret. We're not reviewing environmental issues to that extent, just where it affects the town most. We're mostly concerned, I would say, with water runoff, sewage, the effects of the golf course. there anything else that,
That's how I've been reviewing it.
Alan, John?
No.
Also, we want a company that has some experience with ski slopes. So that's why we seem to narrow it down to what we have. So it sounds to me, if I want to, between Lamont and Shady.
I would agree with that, yeah. We would agree.
So, pros and cons, Chazen, as far as pros go.
I mean, from what I'm reading, what I'm seeing, they are, all of their references are pretty much very similar in that they were good communicators, they were efficient, they were always professional, their prices were, all prices and everything was on point. Consultations were always timely, and they worked effectively with the boards.
And they are out of Poughkeepsie. What's the difference between Poughkeepsie's distance from here and Stokes? Oh, pretty much the same.
Yeah, I'd say
About an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And just what I read in here, it seemed like Chasen had a little more golf course experience, but Vermont had a little more, those very specific slope side and housing they did in Wyndham. Both of those performed very well. So this,
Yeah.
I agree with what Clifton says. When we look at Chasen's, under the senior directors and principals of the company and stuff, I see some pretty impressive things. Lake Placid Country Club and Resort, well, the Catskill Mountain Club, but left side of Hunter Mountain, Hunter Highlands, Silo Ridge Country Club, Carvel Country Club, Highland Country Club. So we're dealing with golf courses. I don't think we're really interested in a winery or a psychiatric center yet, are we?
Well, we might be interested in psychiatric and before it's over.
That might be coming soon, but, and they also wrote the comprehensive plan they have here for Wyndham and Hunter, so. And as I go through the Director of Land Development here, Larry Bordeaux, he pretty well impresses me with his golf course experience. Continental Golf Club, 27 holes, Ridgewood Country Club, Danbury, Connecticut. One that's designed by Nicholas and Reese Jones. So I think Chesney is pretty good in my eyes.
So you choose Chazen over.
You asked me to do research on it, you didn't ask me, you know. I think Chazen has more golf course experience and more of what suits this particular project. Yeah.
I'm kind of, it's a toss-up between the two of them. The reason initially that I thought Chazen might be my choice was because I felt like they had more resources. I was a little concerned with Vermont because of a smaller organization. But yet if you read all the local newspapers and you reach out to these other, I did a little research on the internet as well, and I found that they are a well-recognized company. And they've been successful in our area. They do have an office in Roxbury, correct?
Oh, yeah, I think we did, but I'm not the one that told us to.
Right.
John, got an opinion on
Yeah, I have
these two? Pardon?
I have no real strong opinion.
Alan?
Well, I think Chasen has a lot of experience in projects like the one we will be facing. I think they're probably both capable of doing a good job.
Cliff?
I mean, I think we're choosing between two excellent companies.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
I've been having a hard time narrowing it down myself, I mean, Chasen does also have the Cortina project. They've done, they've done the slope side stuff, and, as well as extensive golf course experience.
How about you, Don? Do you have a preference?
I keep jumping, as soon as I think I have one, then I jump to the other one.
Go back to the other one.
I do want to make mention, Bob Agopian is here. He was one of our choices. I've known Bob for a long time. He's got an excellent engineering firm. His references were good, but our discussion, our workshops and that was that we just felt as though these other companies, these two especially that we have experience in that because of their size, that they've got extensive experience in what we're looking for. So, but we do respect you and your company about it.
I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to make a submission to the town.
We appreciate it. I know, speaking with Joanne, who couldn't make it tonight, she, her review, she sided with Chasen. So, I kind of like Vermont myself, so, just because it's, reading through their material and listening to the references, it sounded like they worked pretty tightly with the group that hired them. Not that Chasen doesn't, but just, I had the impression that Vermont had a tighter relationship with their clients.
So like I said, Vermont has clients that they've been working 10 or 15 years with, that's something to say. If they had more golf course experience, I think that it would just, that would sum it up.
I thought Vermont did the Hannah. I just wrote down Hannah.
Well, it says country,
I don't know
it doesn't
what-
say country club.
I don't know what they did at Hannah.
Specific.
Whether it's the country club building or the pool or the golf course.
It says right here, the new clubhouse and hotel facility.
Oh.
So I don't think they did the golf course, they did the hotel and the clubhouse and the town. Town golf club, town hotel.
I guess if the golf course is there, there's not much to review. Unless they're rebuilding.
And we've met with a Chasen representative that came to one of our meetings about a month or two ago.
Are we gonna have a secret ballot here or what?
Christina Tomaselli?
Can you see him there?
Just shows the magnitude of what he's done.
Director of Land Management at Chasen, Larry Bordeaux. One project here is the Pine Hills Golf Course, 36-hole golf course designed by Nicholas Design and Reese Jones. The Pine Hills Championship golf courses are designed by Reese Jones and Nicholas Design with the most extensive practice facilities in New England. Larry Bordeaux worked with world-renowned landscape architects, Sasaki Associates to develop a comprehensive 3,000-acre master plan where both golf course architects collaborated in detail with Larry. Dave Heatwall and Nicholas Design worked with Larry to successfully design and constructed the Nicholas Golf Course under the immediate supervision of Jack Nicholas Jr. Larry also worked on the site planning details of the clubhouse and maintenance areas. The project duration, including Grove Inn, was 24 months. The total project budget was $23 million. As the project manager for the project, Larry completed both the Reese Jones and Nicholas Golf Course project on time, under budget. Golf courses have been highly successful, having won accolades from Golf Magazine, Golf Digest, Travel and Leisure, and Golf Magazine. That's one of the examples of change. Of course, we've got to keep in mind that we're not hiring somebody to develop and design these. We're just getting somebody to review these things for us. I just, it sounds like he's familiar with the experience. I guess that's one of the things that I was looking at when I was talking to the different representatives, is that the understanding that they're just to review and not to come up with ideas of their own for design and stuff, which is already, it's already been done. So,
Well, it seems to me that they both have a good deal of stormwater management in both cases. And that Chazen has obviously a little more golf course experience as well.
I think if we make clear to them that we're looking for a consultant and not a person to engineer and design it, if we have questions that we want to ask or something that we're uncertain about, we'll direct it to them, the engineer that we hire. But all of this stuff has already been laid out and reviewed, like you said, at the DEC.
Well, maybe the golf course aspect is when it's being built, as opposed to when it's finished. When it's being built, you would have a lot of potential for stormwater runoff, as all the cut and fill is being done and whatnot. So maybe that's where the golf course comes in. It's not so much after it's finished. I assume it's not going to flood if it's under construction.
are we ready for a vote?
I think so.
Lots of the claims, thanks for that.
Make it simple, just write it down and write it out. It doesn't matter,
No problem.
we're not shy.
Secret or just,
I'm fine with it. I don't care.
we'll just go down the line there. Okay. Yeah.
Chazen,
Mark? Chazen. I'll go with Chazen.
Jason.
I guess.
I so move that, how do you want to phrase this? That we make a recommendation to the town board. The engineering company for the planning board to be Jason Companies.
For the consulting review in reference to the resort. I'll second
Definitely.
it. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I think that it would be nice if we just also send out a letter to these other engineering companies, thanking them for their time and putting together their proposals.
The attorneys. Last time I spoke with you, we were pretty much in agreement of Risley and Mike Moriello on 111 Green Street in Kingston. like to have, but they're afraid that there might have been conflicts that would have come up concerning conflict of interest, because Mr. Isaac had worked for Mr. Gitter years ago, even though it's not anything to do with this project. It also has clients that are, seem to be opposing the project. So, Moriello, I think also did some work years ago for Mr. Gitter. Something around the Emerson or something. But anyways, they felt as though it would cause problems. You know, people would be claiming conflict even though there wasn't. It just doesn't look good for what we want to do. My next choice, because being in the business that I'm in, I come across a lot of attorneys that sit in